Hello, welcome back to a more reactionary video. Let's talk about the insane situation regarding Maniac. Maniac is a former Counter-Strike pro who turned into an analyst. He used to play for teams like Titan, LDLC, Envious, and he even coached Envious for a while. After officially retiring in 2018, he became an analyst for several of the large organization of Counter-Strike's tournaments. And he have been doing this ever since. He was most recently a member of the cast in ESL Pro League, but stepped down just recently after the allegations of sexual assault. This all started with a tweet from the Counter-Strike sticky creator named Arco, where he accused Maniac of allegedly having an affair with his wife Cela. He made a whole Twitter thread, which he later deleted, where he accused Maniac of having an affair with his wife. Arco and Maniac met up in a restaurant where they started talking, and then Maniac just went out in the middle of conversation. And I think that is what prompted Arco to make the tweet. The same day, Maniac had posted a tweet promoting a skin gambling site, and the comments under that tweet was just mostly him being bashed about being a homewrecker or just taking shady deals from skin sponsors. People started bashing Maniac, and they went full support for Arco during this. Some people also went after Arco's wife Cela. On September 3rd, Cela, Arco's wife, made a post on her own Twitter. Here she defends cheating on Arco by posting screenshots of Arco being both possessive, controlling, pretty angry I would say, and also using racist slurs. From what these messages show, it seems like Arco was a controlling type and not at all a good husband. It's clear to anyone that this relationship was bad. Some people said they should have kept this private, but I do understand why Cela went out, because Arco made this public, so she had to go out and try to defend herself in any way to calm it down a little bit. But after this tweet, people switched. A lot of people were bashing Arco after this, and I think he messed up a lot in his career after this. The day after, September 4th, all hell broke loose. Maniac was accused of sexual assault by the esport reporter Hanna Marie Setti. Hanna runs both a YouTube and her own homepage, where she does interviews and writes articles about esports. According to her statement, Hanna was at a Counter-Strike after party where Maniac allegedly grouped, inappropriate touched, grinded, and grabbed from behind despite clear discomfort and no reciprocation from her. She also mentions that she was not the only woman this happened to this evening. We'll get to that later. Maniac made a reply where he says it was mostly flirting and it was mutual flirting. Maniac claims that the title is misleading, that no sexual assault occurred, but is also saying that he steps down from the EPL because of this. Blast and PGL has now confirmed that they're no longer working with Maniac after the sexual assault allegations. 1 hour after the tweet was made from Hanna, 1 hour after this tweet, Cela, the wife of Arco and the woman who was having an affair with Maniac, came out defending Maniac. She claimed to have proof of timestamp of everything regarding this. I do find this a bit odd. Just the day before, she was claiming to be being exposed to discomfort from her husband and wanted support. And now when another woman comes out asking for support, she's like, screw you. But it didn't stop there. Just a short while after the first allegation against Maniac came out, a second allegation came out. And this was from Daisy, also called Damn Towel on Twitter. She's also the host of Deadlock Air, where she accused Maniac of sexual assault. She shares a similar story as Hanna, where she was grouped multiple times by Maniac. Her fiance Jackie, who's also co-host of Deadlock Air, came out with a video where he confirms everything Daisy has mentioned in her tweet. He's actually explaining quite a while what happened. We can listen here.
Firstly, just to make this fully known, I was present. I was there at the after party when all of these things in question took place. I physically saw with my own eyes the advances made not only towards Hannah, so the uncomfortable comments, the uncomfortable way she was made to feel based on the touching that was completely inappropriate, in which she would ask him to stop, physically recoil, and he would continue on to do so, to also what happened to Damp when we were dancing in a small circle of people. We were all dancing amongst friends, colleagues, other people from the event, and he continued to dance closer and closer towards her, moving people out of the way until he tripped. And tripped the first time, supporting himself by grabbing her boobs and her ass to hold himself up. Of course, she physically recoils away, says don't do that, and he does a puppy dog face in which he went, and that was his response to it. Of course, we're all now aware entirely of what's going on, that he's just doing this to grope her. So there's myself and multiple other people that were close friends, physically body blocking them, physically moving him out of the way to stop this from happening again and again. And we did the logical thing, which was to remove ourselves from where this was occurring. We went upstairs, outside of the dancing area, to somewhere that was further away. So he began to follow us. And this seems to be what he did the entire night. He would make women feel uncomfortable on the dance floor where there's too many people and too many eyes, that he was able to get away with inappropriately touching them in a manner that seemed plausible, that, oh, maybe it was an accident, and would then go upstairs and follow them around, making comments and making people feel incredibly uncomfortable. Now, if you're wondering why we didn't react in a more ridiculous manner, we didn't blow up, we didn't do something aggressive, I'm a professional. We're a work-adjacent event, an after party, a position we're both working in as talent. I'm not going to turn around and hit someone in front of my friends, my colleagues, and various members of the general public. As someone that watched it unfold and watched multiple friends of mine that are women have to go through this, I feel like I have to come forward and say that yes, that is what occurred.
So why was these sexual assault stories first shared now? Well, I can only speculate, but I think it got much to do with the fact that Maniac is a rather popular analyst. He doesn't receive half as much hate as, for example, Pimp. When Maniac was outed as a homewrecker, the shield was down, and these women saw a chance to share their stories. And I think also the fact that the company they reported this to almost ignored their claims also played a huge impact in them releasing this story. Some commentator asked Jackie why he didn't hit Maniac when he was grouping her girlfriend. I think the reason is not easy, but it's kind of understandable. If he would have hit Maniac, there would have been a lot of witnesses, word against word when it comes to sexual assault, but everybody would have seen that he hit Maniac, so he would be charged for assault and probably spend some time in prison. I think he acted not the way I would have acted, but he acted mature. I gotta say that this really turned into a messy story. I hope I could bring some light to this and explain it a little bit better. But I want to end with this. If you are a victim of any kind of abuse, never be afraid to speak up. We should not destroy a person's life, of course, just because someone makes an accusation without proof. But we should never bash a victim for coming out to talk about this abuse. Most victim that doesn't speak up probably ends up on the police radar as a suicide or a homicide. So take care of yourself. Have a great weekend. Thank you so much for watching. Bye.